Hi, beautiful divine soul. Thank you for being here, mostly in the moment with me, Mystic Mia Moksha, for another Love Pick a Card reading. We're looking at how they feel about you. We have 3 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. If you want more information about this specific connection, I do have other Love Pick a Card readings. I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you for all those who have stayed subscribed to me. I appreciate every single like, every single comment. I read every single comment and I try to get back to them as soon as I can. I've been out cold for the past week, so just getting back into the groove again. I very much appreciate your support of my goals in my career. It's not just a career though, it's my lifestyle, it's my beliefs, it's everything, and I hope that my channel's messages help you along with your everything. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading, and I wish you much love and light. Hey, pile 11 with the amethyst. Let's see how they feel about you. You've expanded my happiness. I feel like this person has very high potential in life. Like they have the potential to take on a lot, to go through very diverse experiences, not like extreme amount, but like more than the average Joe. And they kind of hit a tough experience that they just got over or were starting to get over when they met you. And so Spirit allowed them to experience being at one of their lowest points to one of their highest points, and they will never forget that feeling with you. You just kind of opened up this new world to them. I heard this quote recently and it was just like, I'm going to butcher the quote, but it's something about with every new friend you meet, you also join a whole new world. And it's kind of like any like really good friend that you meet in your life, they'll introduce you to a whole nother side of life, new experiences, new things that you incorporate into your own world. That it's literally like going into a new world that you make part of yours. So I feel like that feeling that they discovered a whole new world with you. I'm confronting my past, yeah. And so it's kind of like they know, yeah, like I went through something difficult and I'm just starting to, they were just starting to get over it, or they just finally got over it and they, are getting back to normal life, but it's not like they're quite there yet. And they probably let you know this because it's pretty important. You're someone important to them and you need to know. I long for the time when your lips would kiss mine. They took their time, they had this feeling that like, hey, if I jump right into something, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be a good idea because I just got over something very serious in my life. And whether it's true or not, now neither of you will ever know because it's already past that point, but they wanted to start something with you sooner rather than later in the beginning. My attraction to you knows no bounds. Yeah. And it's very interesting because it was more than just physical attraction that they were attracted to you with. They were attracted to your light. They were attracted to your happiness, the things that made you happy, how you look when you're happy. They want to be around that energy, They've been in this kind of mud for so long, stuck in the mud. Like a stick in the mud, yeah. It was just delightful to be around people who enjoyed their life, saw joy in little things, and they forgot about that. Oftentimes when we're going through something difficult, we're around the same people that kind of contributed to that depression or whatever, you know. Usually it's because you haven't made changes in your life, and most of the time those changes are the people, the environment, or the goals that you've set for yourself. And so you are a fresh of breath air, a breath of fresh air. I have no idea what's going on. Today has been a really heavy energy day. So I decided to do only 3 piles because it's sweet, but it's very strong. And I feel their attraction to you is somewhat similar. It was so sweet. It was so pure and impure sometimes, but like they were very attracted to not just your looks, but the person that you are. And it's a true attraction. It's a genuine first inklings of love. And when they went at love with you, they went at it feeling all the colors, you know. It wasn't just looks, it wasn't just your personality or your career or your upbringing or the way you shared with them. It was everything, a taste of the whole rainbow, you know. I'll bring you the stars. When you instigate a change this big in someone's life, they feel indebted to you, you know. You might hear from them throughout your life because you changed their life that significantly, that profoundly. And they're like, yeah, you ask for it. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime, night or day, like I'll get you what you need. Like you changed my life for the better. What's wrong with me? I feel loopy, but it's only because of the energies. I can't remember my life before this love. Yeah. You completely changed their life. So much so they don't want to remember the old world. They want to remember this new one that you brought them into. And in a way, you've also kind of helped them move past that hurt, that depression, that sadness that they were feeling for a very long time, that they healed by themselves, to be fair, but you helped them forget it after they healed it. How do they feel about you? I was in denial. There might have been an opportunity to get this going along sooner. I feel like they took a lot of time. And it's because of all the old things that they kept telling themselves. Hey, it's not good to rush in love. Hey, I've been hurt before. It's never, a bad idea to take it slow. And they're right. It's never a bad idea to take things a little bit slow. But in doing so, they might have kind of disappointed you and kind of disappointed themselves, because there are so many times where like it was just like a really cute perfect moment and they're like, no, we're not gonna do this now, and it kind of just shut down the like beautiful sacredness of the moment, and it just kind of like turned you off a little bit, because it's like, oh wow, this is like a perfect moment, and they didn't go in for that kiss, they didn't ask me out, they didn't, we didn't do the thing. And it kind of lost its romance a little bit because they kind of were dragging their feet. There was like a lot of magic in a lot of moments that you two had between each other, and it's like, they're kicking themselves. You know how to do that for them, but they understand that if they kind of went with the magic of the moment, things might have been a little bit different between you two now. I really hate not communicating as much as I want to. It's a little bit, a slight bit of shame and embarrassment, but that's not it. What they are regretting not communicating to you about is just in general. I feel like they have a hard time communicating about emotions or about the relationship or what they want, what they need. Oftentimes, I feel like they have a hard time putting it together in their own heads. So how could they even tell someone else if they can't even figure it out in their own heads? And, they take a lot of time to do that, to figure things out in their own heads. And by the time they do, I feel like they feel like it was too late. The moment has passed between you two. And they, it's a cat and mouse game, and it's just frustrating for both of you because they're working as fast as they can in their minds to tell you, communicate to you what they want to tell you. And you work a little bit faster in figuring emotions out, figuring out things in the relationship. And you're often left waiting, being patient, and it wears on both of you a little bit. I love you all. So there's that feeling that even though they can't put all the other thoughts and emotions into words, please at least get out of everything, I love you. I worked so hard to try to figure things out in my head, to try to communicate to you what I'm thinking and feeling for the relationship. I'm sorry I can't do it as fast as you, but I torment myself, kick myself over and over again so much because I do love you. So they're in a place of torment, mystery. They don't quite understand how you work. They don't understand how you can figure all these things out before they can. It adds a little bit of sexiness, this mystery, how you tend to bring in so many magical moments in this connection. But at the same time, they feel like they're undeserving, that they can't create as much magic as you, and they try. Oh man, you try. You probably are very aware of when they have tried to create magical moments between the two of you, but it just never works out the way it's supposed to. And even when it does, it's just like, something's off. And Spirit is saying it's not you. It's because they just got out of this very difficult time. In their life, and they weren't ready for this. That's why they aren't ready for any beautiful interaction between the two of you. They might be there. They might give you a beautiful moment. They may receive a beautiful moment from you, from Spirit, but they're not fully there yet because they haven't been able to kind of process integrating themselves back into normal life. And so they always feel like a step behind with you, and you always feel like you're 10 steps ahead. And it's just a timing issue. It's just a timing issue. Be more selfish. It came out in hand. So I feel like this goes for both of you. I feel like they know they need to catch up and integrate with normal life before they miss out on an opportunity with you, or they miss out on an opportunity like you again. And they're asking you to be a little bit more selfish too, because they see that you deserve so much, and maybe you need a little bit more time to yourself, because I feel like you give a lot of love and nurturing to this connection. It seems like you've been very patient, but it seems like you need to focus that energy, time, and effort back on yourself and on your own life for a little bit and be a little bit more selfish. Because I'm hearing from them and their higher self and from spirit, you deserve all the magical moments. And although you can't share it with this person at this time or as well with this person right now, you can't skip out on those magical moments. You deserve to have those magical moments. Maybe not every single one of them, but you shouldn't skip out on all of them. You should go ahead, take them. Whether it's a trip or an opportunity, don't deny yourself. You deserve it. It's coming from them, their higher self, and from spirit. I feel like a triple energy there. It's crazy. Okay, so how they feel about you. Queen of Water. I mean, very strong energies. They want to love you, care for you, nurture for you. That's why they kept beating themselves up. You might not have seen it as much because they have a hard time putting together words in their own brain to even say it to you, but they've been beating themselves up because they feel like they're not enough. They can't figure things out quick enough. They still have to integrate their life, and there's just too much going on. But they probably took the time out to care for you. I mean, I love you there. So both of you had a lot of love there. You showing that in your patience, them showing it in lending you an ear, being there for you, kind of thing. Okay, so what does Spirit have to say about this connection for you? Surrender. So I feel like you don't want to give up on this fight. You're willing to keep going, but Spirit's like, to surrender is not to lose. To surrender is not to let go. To surrender is to trust the universe, trust yourself, and let go and let God. Like, let whatever's supposed to happen for your highest best good and their highest best good to happen. Just allow it to happen. What about message for them? It's time for reflection. And you've been kind of seeing that they needed some time to kind of finish up their healing work. They've healed for the most part, but they need to integrate. A lot of people think like, oh, after you've had like a great sadness and once you're ready to, have lunch with the friends again, that you're back to normal. It's like, no, there's an adjustment period where you have to adjust to normal life. And people think like, oh, they're back. It's like, no, give it some time. They're going to be back momentarily. And last but not least, message from their higher self to you. Let's rebuild together. So there is something about wanting to try again, but when they're not so distracted and not feeling like they're always a step behind. In fact, I feel like they could be like if you're always 10 steps ahead, they could be like 5 steps ahead, 3, 5, 7, and I think they could catch up to you. They just had something, their past that they're confronting when this all transpired, and it was tricky for them. So the reason they're always a step behind, you might see that in even their work or with their relationships, with their health, with everything. They were just a step behind, even in this connection, is because they had that one last step they needed to confront before they moved fully ahead in life. And this connection, as good as it is, as beautiful and as much of a soulmate connection it is, it wasn't going to have its like it wasn't going to be able to move forward until they kind of were allowed this time to be selfish and finish confronting their past, healing it, and getting back into normal life. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really, really helps me out with the algorithm, with my goal for the summer of reaching 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for helping me already, hitting 9,000 just recently. I'm very happy. Thank you so much. Every like, every comment, doesn't matter what you write, but if you write something meaningful, I will take it into my heart and my soul, and I will try to respond back. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pile 33 with the Pyrite. Let's see how they feel about you. I want to begin again. Okay, so I feel like if there's been little to no communication, or if there's been kind of, like a trip up in the connection in the beginning, and they just want to give it another shot, or it's been a while and they want to give it another shot, or you've been together for a long time, but they want to start a brand new chapter in your lives together. Whatever it is, they want to begin again. How exciting. I'm learning to love myself again. So they're in this like huge kick where they are loving themselves, loving life. They might have new interests, new passions. They have new desires. They want to dream up new goals, dream up new futures. They want to do new interesting things. They want to do old things that they really liked, and they just want to get back to having fun again in life and enjoying things they would have liked doing as a kid, and enjoy things that they never thought they would have time to do, or never had the money to do, or never had, the resources to do. They're so excited. There's a lust for life, and they want it with you. It's one of those things that, like, once you find a partner, a true life partner, why would you want to do anything without them in this life? And they feel that with you. They have this new lust for life, and they want you on board, and they're ready. They want you excited as well. Our fate is to create an unforgettable story. How beautiful. So they're really feeling this kind of energy of maybe leaving a legacy, doing fun things that you two always talked about, maybe traveling, maybe having kids, maybe having grandkids, maybe being closer to family, further away from family, traveling the whole globe, going to a secret island, or, learning how to drive a boat, learning how to drive an airplane, fly an airplane, learning how to drive an 18-wheeler, like whatever it is. They have this feeling like, hey, we have such a short time to live here on this planet. As the person that we are, we spend most of our time in our youth just figuring things out. We figure things out, and we have the remaining time of our life to do whatever we want with it. What are we gonna do? Let's create an unforgettable story. Let's do whatever we want to do. Let's figure it out. Let's do it. You bring joy into my life. I wouldn't be surprised if you have this kind of energy too, where you're kind of like, you inspire each other, like, oh yeah, look at this new hobby that I picked up. It's so interesting, isn't it? Like, you try it for a month, like, oh, I like it, maybe I'll pick it up again in next winter or something. It's, always like kind of telling each other tidbits of what you've, heard on the news, or a little bit of gossip you've heard, or, something fascinating you just learned. And you bring a lot of joy and passion and excitement into each other's lives, and they want to continue doing that with you. They're like, who else but you? How else do they feel about you? I'm afraid of loving you as fully as I do. There is a slight bit of fear because of how much they love you. that once you create an unforgettable story, maybe you two are the more adventurous type, or like taking, moderate amounts of risk. It's like, what if something happens, medically or financially? Like, will I lose you? There's a little bit of fear that's popping up because they feel this excitement for new adventure, but that fear wouldn't come up if it wasn't the right move for the both of you. And also if it wasn't worth doing. No, if it was worth doing. And the fear wouldn't pop up if it wasn't something that you two both are very seriously considering. So it's like literally what to happen. This is most likely going to happen. So it's a natural fear that's coming up that like, hey, we're starting this new chapter of our lives. And a little bit of fear of like, what if I lose you? Because of my dopey dreams of creating an unforgettable story, I'm giving you all my heart. But they're all in. They're all in, and they're hoping you're all in. They kind of feel it. That's why this is kind of like, most probable, because like it's kind of like you're into, like you're kind of feeling this way also. So it's kind of like they're all in, you're all in, and it's just kind of this like excitement of starting this new life adventure together. Very cool. This is a lighthearted energy, but it's also very bright, very exciting, and very strong, because this is like a faded kind of energy. It's kind of like you two are launching something big in your life. You're about to like cast off to a whole new side of life. Okay. So many cards came up. I want to reconcile with you. Okay, so there is that energy of I'm coming back. So whoever this is, it's probably someone you already know. And if this doesn't feel like your pile, you're free to choose another one. But you could also stick around to see if there's other messages that come up that do resonate with you. Also, it could just be energy of someone that feels very familiar to you from a past life or something. But I feel like for most people, this is someone coming back. I keep a close eye on your social media. So this person has been keeping a close eye. They've been wanting to approach you for a while now. And I'm really sensitive deep down. I just put up a front. So they have a real drive to live out their passions, their dreams in life, and to also have a very passionate and dreamlike romantic relationship. It might be hidden under a bunch of layers. I'm getting they have so many layers like an onion, and it's integrated into every part of that onion, the onion that they are. It's just because they are maybe really good at many things and multi-talented. They're very responsible, and I'm having a feeling that you are very similar. The onion layers thing, and all the layers of onion, having an energy of excitement for life. But you may also be very responsible, level-headed, can be very reasonable, very logical as well. And so even though this is a part of your daily life, it's infused in every cell of your being, this like passion and drive for life, it sometimes gets clouded up by all the day-to-day responsibilities and the left side of the brain, right? Because the right side is creative, yeah. So it's just, it might be that the two of you have been so bogged down by societal expectations that you haven't been really able to go after your dreams in a very big way for a while. Maybe you've been doing it in little ways, but this is them being like, hey, no more. Let's live our life fully, not in just half the way we want it to be. Let's dive into it. All in. Okay, so how do they feel about you? Movement in reverse. So they feel like things have been stuck. But they see there's so much passion and fire within you, within themselves. They're giving you the green light. Spirit is giving them the green light. They're giving you the green light. You're giving them the green light back. It's like, yeah, let's do this. It's time. It's now or never, right? And sweetness. This feeling of wanting to enjoy all the sweet moments in life. They might be very sweet and kind to you at this time. You might be very sweet and kind to them because you both are kind of in this kind of airy fairy, cloud nine, heavenly glow, bask in the heavenly sun, kind of heavenly bliss. That's it. Both basking in heavenly bliss right now because you're just in this euphoric state of yeah, we're gonna do this. Reach out. So they're going to reach out to you since this came out in reverse and listen to your heart. So I'm not telling you what to do. And although it seems pretty probable, if it doesn't feel right for your specific situation, you know what to do. But Spirit is saying, can't go wrong by listening to your heart. I feel like both of you are we need to listen to our heart more. Both very logical, responsible, good head on your shoulders. You two are the kind of people that could listen to your heart in a very successful way. Be successful, it'll be easygoing, joyous, and divine. It's not like you're following a pipe dream with nothing, no research, no background, no development. You've developed, both of you have developed yourselves. You've been putting in the energy and effort. It's you've been halfway there, now you're going fully in. Okay, so how do they feel about you? Messenger of Waters, the Knight of Waters. And this Three of Air came out. So I feel, and it came off out of the table. So I feel for a while now, they've been kind of feeling a bit sad. It's probably sad that you weren't in their life, and also that they weren't following their dreams and their passions and living life to their fullest, right? And it's I can have both of those things. I'm the reason I'm sad. I'm the reason I'm unhappy and heartbroken. I gotta fix this. Guess what? They do, most likely. Okay, what's Spirit's advice for you? This connection. Love your story or create a new one. Yeah, so you don't have to take this person back, or you can just kind of join them for an adventure as a friend. But if you are not loving this, listen to your heart. You don't need to be mean about it, but you can create a new one. But if this person coming back, you don't have to feel bad about hurting them, breaking their heart. They will find someone else if they need to, or continue on by themselves. But it's a choice. It's a choice, and don't forget that. What's their advice for Spirit? Balance your chakras. Yeah, there's a little bit of a tinge of craziness from their side, because it's maybe it's are they coming up with this extreme solution because they're so heartbroken? So be wary of that. But if they are coming from a very balanced place and this seems like a good opportunity, then follow that intuition. But if it's not, if it seems like they're just coming from unstable or insecure place, and thinking of some extreme solution for their heartache, you might want to pay attention to that. Okay, and a message from their higher self. Love your story. I always believe in you and me. So this person could always, not to sound like a creep, but this person could have always felt like you were the one who got away, that they won't do better than you, or that you're the only solution and you are the solution to all their problems. So be careful of those kinds of qualities. So if that comes up, you might want to give this connection some space. But if this is like someone coming back and you always felt this was that there was always something here, and they're in a good place and they're coming to you genuinely out of the kindness of their heart, they're not putting everything on you and this decision or this situation, and they seem like they have their life in check, their ducks in a row, then it might be something to consider if you've been thinking about something similar. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or a comment. It's been really helping me out, your support. I just got to 9,000 recently, and I'm very happy about that accomplishment. Hoping to reach 10,000 by the end of summer. And I hope you're doing great with your goals, and I hope my channelings help you along with that. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, Pile 77, the Black Tourmaline. Let's see how they feel about you. I'm trying to figure out my path. Okay, I feel like this person is very confused. They don't know what to do, and it's because there's no real right answer I'm getting. It's not very obvious what the right thing to do here or what the best thing to do is here for the connection, for their life, for your life, for everything. It's not so obvious, it's not so clear. The intensity of this connection allures and frightens me. So although they're very enamored by you and they feel very happy about this connection, it also freaks them out because it brings up a lot of things that they haven't really thought about. They thought they were going in one direction, and then they realized with this connection that they might be going in a different one. And so they're confused because they're like, wait, is it better to go along with the direction they have chosen for us, or am I not fighting enough for my own path, or is there a mutual path? They're a little bit confused because I don't think they really thought about it as much as they should have. We tread a path of infinite meaning together. So they definitely feel very tied to you. They feel like you two are meant to come together, like it was fated that you two came together, and there's something important there between the two of you, but they don't know what that is. They're trying to figure it out. Does that mean we're supposed to go down this path together, or is this all we're meant to be doing, this what we're doing right here right now, kind of thing. You'll find me if you let go. So this is probably their soul talking, saying, I think if you let go of all your expectations of me and all your plans with me for this connection and just let me go, then I will have the energy to kind of figure out what's best for me, what's best for this connection moving forward. And there's a good chance that they figure out some sort of compromise with what you envision for the two of you, what they envision, or kind of maybe realize that going down this path of life with you is better than not to. There were some big decisions on the table here for the two of you. Okay. So what's going on? Allow this love to unfold perfectly. Yeah. So, I mean, for some of you, it's as drastic as should we be together, or should we go our separate ways, or should we just continue being friends, or what should we do? And for other people, you two are already together. And it's kind of just like you have to let go of the pressure, let go of everything happening exactly as you thought it would. And then things might happen better, or things might happen organically without you having to do anything. So it's kind of like you put your intentions out there, you put in your vision, you did some work for it, you brought it up in conversation, you put up your points, you would ask for theirs and you listen to their points. And now it's just kind of like let go, and like if they can see themselves working on the same things as you mentioned, they'll come to you. If not, then you have your answer. I love you. So it's undeniable here that the reason that they're struggling so much is because it's like a me versus you thing. It's like me versus others kind of thing. So they love you, but they might have worked really, really hard in their life to also love themselves. And so they're kind of fighting with themselves about, wait, am I just folding into what they want to do, or am I standing up for what I want to do as well? It's not that they don't love you and they don't want you in their life, or that they don't want to grow with you. It's this thing about self-love and standing up for themselves. That's what's confusing them. And they might just have to go through that lesson of like, you don't have to say no to everything the other person says. You don't have to find compromise. You don't have to put in your 2 cents on every single mini thing that the other person brings up, your partner brings up, for you to say that you're standing up for yourself and you have self-love. That's neither here nor there. It's very confusing, huh? The sexual thoughts that run through my mind. Yeah. They have a lot of desire for you. They definitely do not want to let you go. They definitely feel like they've found the most sexiest person that they'll ever be with. They'll never run out of desire for you. They definitely want to make this work. I've been hurt by love before, so they might have been in a situation that I just mentioned where they kind of gave up all of their autonomy, they gave up all their free will, they gave up all their choices, and were left with nothing. And then they lost a lot of self-love and self-respect. And so this isn't a thing about whatever the situation, whatever the issue is that you're bringing up. And it might be an important one, because like moving the two of you forward, it's not about that. It's about how much can they compromise on still having self-respect and self-love. How can they make choices about the future for the two of you while still loving themselves? And so they're realizing now, like, the only way to figure this out is if they take some time away from you to give them some self-care, self-love, self-respect, and to figure out what those choices are naturally while being in a state of self-love. Do you understand? Cleanse. Yeah, they need to cleanse. They need to kind of not have you or anyone kind of influence their decision or decision making. They really just need to quiet themselves down, cleanse their energy. So do things that they that makes them feel at ease and comfortable and loved by themselves. And they'll naturally come up with what they want to do. And then they can compare it to what you want to do in the connection. And it'll be so much easier for them when it's all laid out like that. But they need to get into a place of self-love, self-care, and self-respect away from you right now in order to figure out what's them. What do they want? And then they can tweak it and compromise and stuff. Disruption. Yeah, they don't want any disruptions. And it's because they love you so much that they would be willing to kind of fold for you. And they had this situation before where they kind of just gave in too many times, and they lost self-respect and self-love for themselves, or a significant amount. And so they're like, I can never do that again. I need some space. This is a very, very big decision for the two of you moving forward. For some of you, it's the decision of will we be together or not. For others, it's like you've been together for so long. It's very important moving forward. And so if they ask for space, it'd probably be beneficial for everyone involved to give them space. This card came out in hand. Seek professional advice. So they may go to a therapist, psychologist. They might go to even their parent or grandparent or best friend, or brother or sister. They might even go to a psychic, a tarot card reader, a medium. Or they might, do a lot of research on their own. Usually it's like a mix of all these things, right? You get other people's advice, or you do a little bit of research. You also take time off to relax and kind of not do anything, so that you're connected to the divine, kind of in that meditative state. And it'll just kind of like come to you with all the new information you kind of gained. Spirit, it's easier for spirit to be like, oh yeah, this thing from that YouTube channel, this thing from that best friend, and this thing from your past, and this thing from the new inspiration when you went to that lake for a walk, like all these things, like, yeah, that's your answer. So it's easier when you give spirit a little bit of something to go on, to like pull from, to kind of give your intuition a nice little story that you can put together for yourself. What do you want? Yeah. And I feel like you're such a good person too for them. Like you're a good resource for them to go to ask, what do you want? Can I help you figure out what you want? And they appreciate this. But I feel like they won't. Yeah, Ace of Cups. And marriage. They're like, if you come to me, I might say yes to anything, even marriage, like kind of thing, So, yeah, I'm getting like they can't come to you for advice, at least this time, because they'll say yes to anything. Like, yes, dear. Anything for you, dear. Like, so they have to do this on their own. And they acknowledge and they appreciate that you are such a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, and so caring, that you care about their happiness, you care about what they want in the connection, and you want their input, and you want to be like, working together. They appreciate it, but they appreciate it so much that they're like, I might say yes to everything. So I have to take some time out to see like what it is I actually do want for the two of us. And that way there's no resentment, and there's pure happiness and a true sense of working together, creating a life together instead of just one person planning and making everything happen, right? That causes usually one person feeling left like they're purpose wasn't answered. Okay. How do they feel about you? Two of air. Yeah, decision to make. Decisions. They're doing a lot of thinking. And they're very open. They're like, very open to their divine, very open to what their mind has to tell them. Because it's like, they're willing to make the right choice for themselves, no matter what that is. And if that means going in a different direction, then so be it. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So what is Spirit's message for you in this connection? Time to love yourself. So it's kind of one of those things where you will be mirroring each other. They need time out to love themselves. So what better way? The way you can help is by being an example and loving yourself. They're taking time out to give themselves self-love. Why not you? This is perfect time to do it. Spirit's advice for them. Feel the strength of your soul. They know that they need to give themselves some space and some love. Some good loving. But also they need to know that they're strong enough to do the right thing, whatever that is. And to have this kind of very powerful moment in front of them, you have to have a lot of strength and courage and bravery to know that you can do the right thing here. Because otherwise, that's going to be another thing you have to heal. And it's going to be a very big thing that you have to heal. It's a very momentous occasion for the connection. And for them in their life. And for you in your life. And sometimes you just need a little pat on the back. Being like, yeah, you're strong enough to do the right thing. No matter what that is. And a message from their higher self to you. I miss our friendship. So if this takes a little bit longer than you anticipated, then you can definitely offer your friendship. You can definitely offer your ear, lend them an ear, lend them your advice if they want it. Hear different points of view from you, from your experiences, from your friends' experiences, from other people's experiences, Maybe you know someone, maybe you know a tarot card reader that could help them out in a situation like this and give them the honest truth from source energy. That's when you know, right? That's when you know when you really love someone. It's like, I love you no matter what. But yeah, understand that they're going through a really tumultuous time. It's not easy for them. That's why Spirit's like, feel the strength of your soul, because they feel very weak. They feel powerless. They feel less self-love and self-respect and like they need more self-care. So that's why Spirit's asking them to do those things. And they're at not a low point, but they're not in a good place. And so if you could just be a friend to them without putting the pressure of making a decision or giving them unsolicited advice or telling them everything they did wrong or why everything you say is right, it might be helpful to just genuinely give them some bit of care. All right? So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, I really appreciate a like or comment. Any kind of comment, just hitting the like button. It helps me so much. I already hit 9,000 subscribers this summer so far. I'm extremely grateful for that. I'm hoping to hit 10,000 by the end of summer. And I hope my divine channelings are helping you along with your goals. Thank you so much for helping me with mine, with your love and support. Appreciate it so much. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.